this program for the very first time, we are live on Facebook. The handle again is ITV Radio Abuja. Family Circle is a program where we talk about values, cultural, and family development, irrespective of our religion or ethnic group. That is what Family Circle is all about. We come around every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday by 5 p.m. to deliberate on those issues that actually affect us as a family, in a relationship, as an individual. Also, we dialogue, we analyze, and we offer solutions to those problems that we've been facing or are facing, and we've been doing tremendously well in that area. Been doing so well. I can tell you for a fact, we've been getting tremendous testimonies, mind-blowing testimonies that when you hear it actually uplifts your spirit. You will be rest assured that we are actually working collectively as a team. As a team, we are working. It's not just me alone, me and you, because your contribution also goes a long way to harness or to repair those damages that were made by some individuals, especially those in relationships that are having serious issues. Now, since Monday last week, this week also, we've been analyzing or talking about child upbringing due to the outcry of many, especially on the social media. We've been talking about child upbringing. Thank you so much for those of you connecting via Facebook. I can see you. I am really grateful. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Those connecting via Facebook, please, let's always share the link. If you're watching me right now, you can just do me a favor, a little favor, by sharing that link. Share it to someone you love, someone you care about. Just share the link. You never can tell who you're actually going to be touching or who you're actually going to be helping by doing so. Share the link and always comment. I keep saying it. Comment. Naturally, I'm supposed to just go on the airwaves and just do my program and go, but I actually said let's do live streaming also via Facebook. For those persons that may not have the opportunity to connect via the airwaves, you can do so as we are doing so. You can do so, connecting, and also be blessed through that medium, not only the airwaves. Okay, so please help me and share the link to your loved ones, share the link on your WhatsApp, and comment, like also. All right, let me just go through what we've been talking about, just touch here and there, then open phone lines for listeners to call in via the airwaves, and also viewers to call in via Facebook. Like I said, those of you connecting via Facebook, you also have the opportunity to call in if you want to call in. Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Jasper, my community member. Thank you so much. God bless you. God increase you. And I know definitely that we will all testify. Thank you so much, Mr. Jasper. I see you. I'm seeing other persons, but I can't identify. So if you want me to also acknowledge you, please go down and comment. I will see your name there, and then I will acknowledge you. That if you want me to do that. Thank you so much for those of you connecting via Facebook. Again, I'm really, really honored and grateful. Okay, back to business. Let's just touch it, and then move straight to phone call. Since we are wrapping up this segment, or this episode of child upbringing and also adolescent parenting, let's wrap it up today. By Monday, we'll be coming in for a fresh topic. We've been analyzing on it. Let me just go by defining what is child upbringing. That's what we took back last Monday. Child upbringing is the treatment and instruction received by a child from its parents throughout its childhood. That's what child upbringing is. And I gave several points. Let me just mention 2 points. I gave points on how to go about the child upbringing. Good parenting is an accumulation of actions and interactions that you have with your child, which is driven with passion and end goals in mind. You have a goal, and that goal is driven with passion. To achieve that goal, these are the points you need to observe. You need to really observe. That's boosting your child's self-esteem is one, and self-limit, and be consistent with your discipline is another one. Be consistent with your discipline. Not discipline a child today for doing something wrong, and tomorrow you hear that child did that same thing. You don't take action. That's bad. That's not training. When you discipline a child for something, and you hear peradventure that child actually did that same thing, you need to also discipline that child, knowing fully well that when you do that, the child will actually know. Most children don't really take correction once. You have to do it over and over again before they will now realize that, oh, this thing is actually wrong, let me stop it. So you have to be consistent in your discipline. And then we talked about be a good role model. Yes, I gave an instance where where a follower actually called me and told me his experience. The cigarettes the dad smoked and dropped on the floor, he actually went there and picked it and sipped it. That was his first time ever to smoke, and after that time he continued. Yes, after that time he continued. So you have to be very very mindful of what you do in presence of your kids. You have to watch it. They actually watch you. You are like a mirror to them. Excuse me. You have to be very mindful, knowing fully well that when they see you, they see themselves, and anything you do, they would want to do same, if not even more, if not more. And then we talked about make out time for your kids. Most parents don't have time for their children. Most parents are so busy to the point that they are left behind in the area of parenting. They don't have time for their kids. That's very wrong. You have to give out time for your kids. Your kids actually deserve that time. You have to build that bond between the two of you, or between your kids. Make that bond strong in a way that nobody can be able to penetrate them. Now, if you are so close with your kids, if you find time with your kids, they tell you things, deep things that you on a normal day they wouldn't want to say. Deep things that on a normal day they wouldn't want to say. So you have to create time for your kids. In that time, they will feel open to you. They will feel loved. And they will want to open up to tell you things that concerns them and their private life. Make out time, please. Please. Okay, Mr. Jasper said I should always, okay, please, ma, always announce the Facebook page. Okay, views can connect to. Okay, that's viewers can connect, okay, and be part of it. Okay, the Facebook handle again is ITV Radio Abuja. Just go to your Chrome, type ITV Radio Abuja. It will pop up. Then you can connect via Facebook. If you really want to connect via Facebook, you can do so by going there, ITV Radio Abuja. Just go there, it will come up, then you can connect. Okay, the next point we talked about is making communication a priority. That is the major point. If you don't talk to your kids love to talk. Have you noticed that? They talk, because my son can talk from now till tomorrow. You have to give them listening ears. Sometimes they say rubbish. They say things that doesn't make sense. But give them ear. Sometimes I'll be nodding my head even when I don't understand what they are saying. Give them time. Allow them to talk to you. In that communication, that bridge will be closed. Allow them to talk to you. Communicate freely with your kids so that they can be able to tell you anything. If you try communicating, or they try communicating with you, and you shun them, or you chase them away, or you scream or you yell at them, they will not come back. That is where most parents are lacking. Most parents have lost it in this area. You don't communicate with your kids. Sometimes they will be saying things that don't make sense, but please listen to them. Listen to them. We are in this jet era, not the olden days where we can't talk to ourselves. Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Amadua. Yeah, thank you so much. So sorry I couldn't pronounce your first name, but so sorry. I see you, I recognize you. Thank you so much for connecting. Please make out time for them. Make out time to hear them. If they are talking, just be nodding your head even when you don't understand what they're saying. Be nodding your head. Make them feel that they can actually tell you anything. In that, you will get them. You will win them. I can assure you of that. Yes, the next point again is be flexible and willing to adjust your parenting style. Be very flexible. If you see, because Mr. A parenting style might not really work for Mr. B. If you see that the parenting style you're using on them is not really effective, you can as well change. There's room for you to make adjustments. There's always room for you to make adjustments. You can change. And I also say it, aside changing, if the parenting style you used for a child when he was 10 is the same you're using for your child when he is 15, then you're getting it wrong. You're getting it actually wrong. At every level of your child, you also need to upgrade. Thank you, Mr. J. Allen. Thank you so much. Thank you. I see you. I recognize you. Thank you so much. You can always make adjustments. Always change. That pattern you're using when he is 10 or when she is 10 is not the same pattern you will use when they are 15 or 16. You have to adjust. You have to be flexible. You have to. And then I said, show that your love is unconditional. Show them, even while you're correcting them, make them understand that your love for them is unconditional. It cannot be compared. Make them understand that your love cannot be divided. But in that, you will also correct them. Correct them when they do things wrong. Correct them. And then we digressed a bit to adolescence and parenting, because I found out that the parenting work actually starts when they are 10. Yes, when they are 10. Gradually, when they are 9, you're trying to step up. But once they are 10, you have to be on top of your game. You have to be on top of your game, because that is where you start seeing changes. That's when you start seeing things. That's when you start hearing things. So you have to be attentive. You have to always be attentive. Always be on top of your game. Always. And I explained what adolescence is. I said adolescence is a transitional stage of physical and physiological development that generally occurs during the period from puberty to adulthood. That is what adolescence means. And the World Health Organization, as WHO, defines an adolescent as any person between age 10 and 19. Yes, between age 10 and 19. Now, if you lose a child between this age 10 and 19, you have lost that child. It will only take the grace of God for that child to actually come back to his or her normal self. From age 10 to 19, some parents actually make me cry. Honestly, there are some people out there looking for kids, some 10 years, some 15 years, some 12 years. No children. Now, God gave you this child or gave you these kids just for you to put little pressure or attentiveness. You can't. It is really disappointing. It really breaks my heart. I honestly, on a daily basis, aside this platform, my own ministry, attending to women on a daily basis, that's Tefila ministry, on a daily basis, I hear women, because I am in the area of women, I hear women say things, and sometimes I just hold my chest and I wonder. I'm telling you, I wonder. Some women are so lackadaisical about their children, knowing fully well that you passed through pains before, because even if you're giving birth to a child through CS, you must definitely pass through that labor pain. It's just that the labor pain will not be intense as the one giving birth naturally. Now, you pass through those process, 9 months of your time and everything, and you just want to allow that pain and everything to just go like that. You don't have time for your kids. If they do something wrong, you don't correct them, you don't scold them. Sometimes you hear people, women who come and meet me to carry their children. How can I take your kids? You are the one responsible. I was talking to a covenant sister of mine today, and I told her, I said, if a woman gives birth to a child, there's a connection between that woman and that child. Now, nobody can train your child better than you. I keep saying this. Nobody can actually take care of your child better than you. You are in the right position, or you are in a better position to actually handle that child, knowing fully well that that child is solely your flesh and blood. Giving someone your child to handle, it takes the grace of God. It actually takes the grace. Like my girl, I call her my daughter now. She has stayed with me. This is more than 5 years, going to 6 years now. She has stayed with me, and she's now a full-grown woman. I know how I take care of her. If you see her, if not that one day she was asking me that, can't she change her surname to Bear? I said, no, it's not possible. If not for her surname, you won't know that she's someone else's child. Now, this is me. What about someone else? How do you think that person will handle your child? Everybody is not as nice as you think. Yes. People are not as nice as you think. People are passing through so many problems. Do you understand? So please ensure you do the needful. I'm talking to mothers here. I'm talking to mothers. Ensure you do the needful. Don't buy seductive clothes for your children. Your teenager, you're buying seductive clothes. Now, what impression are you creating? What are you actually telling the world? What? Some kids are not to be blamed. The parents are supposed to be held responsible. Some kids are actually not to be blamed. You will see a mother who will tell the child to wear such thing. If you see the child outside, you'll be wondering who is actually the mother. And guess what? The first thing they will ask is, who is the mother of this child? That's the first question they will ask. Because they expect the mothers to be responsible. The fathers actually go out to make ends meet. They will not really have time. Some men go out as early as possible and they come back quite late. Now, where do you think that man will have that time to want to checkmate the children? It is the mother's duty. That is why you hear something like the mothers are the homemakers. Yes, they are actually the homemakers. If anything goes wrong, you will start with the mother. Please, mothers and fathers, don't give room for such. If you notice anything that is not right, call the attention of your wife. The two of you actually made this child come to this earth. It is a process. Now, if you leave the child solely for the woman to handle, then you are at fault. Because you are the man of the house. Mr. I don't know if it's Mrs. or okay, is Bayano or SARS JP. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate you. I see you. Thank you so much. God bless you all. God bless you all. We are actually a community, and we will definitely go there. I was saying something. I think someone, one of the community members, is just that he doesn't really talk. He doesn't, but he actually watches or he listens to this platform every time I go on. And he was asking me, would there be a December party? I said I wouldn't know, but let's just be going gradually. If there is need for that, we'll do it. We're actually growing as a community, and by God's grace, we will get there. We'll get there. I'll be opening phone lines in few minutes. Okay, and I talked about the early adolescence, which starts from 10 to 13, and the mid adolescence, which starts from 14 to 16, and the late adolescence, which starts from 17 to 19. I talked about it. If you have a child within this age, please know that this is the time for you to act. Yes, the early adolescents have brain of a child and body of an adult. I discussed all this yesterday, so let me not just go. I'm just trying to do this for those joining us for the very first time. Now, adolescence is a phase when children go through several changes as the journey from childhood to maturity. Now, it is also a vulnerable time for children since they may experience several problems of adolescence, such as unhealthy behaviors, which may lead to significant problems later in life. Concerns about adolescents' behavior are also common during this time, making it difficult for parents to connect with their children. Making it difficult for parents to connect with their children. This stage is a very harsh stage. So you have to be very sensitive in whatever you're doing.